Okay, let's get started with number 4. Please keep in mind that you should have done an honest attempt at this problem before viewing the video solution. Okay, so Denise bought a large number of ground cover plants for her garden. She bought some silver beacon, which cost $2 a plant, and some hosta, which cost her $3. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how we are going to pronounce it. She bought a total of 84 plants and spent $168. How many hostas did she buy? Now this is a word problem from the system of equations section. So what we don't know is how many hostas she bought, and we don't know how many silver beacons. So what I'm going to do is come up here and I'm going to say let x equal the number of silver beacon. There we go. And we're going to let y equal the number of hosts. Alright then. Now we're going to have to come up with two equations, and we talked about in class how we have restrictions or conditions. And the two conditions that I can see would be that we have 84 plants and we spent $168. So let's start with the 84 plants. All right, if x represents the number of silver beacons and y equals the number of hostas, then if we were to add these two together, we should get 84, because that's our first condition. We need to have 84 plants. And the second condition talks about the amount of money we spend. Now, since it's $2 a plant for silver beacon, and it's $3 for a hosta, well then 2x will represent the amount of money she spent on silver beacon, and 3y will represent the amount of money she spent on hosta, and that has to equal a total of 168. And this is the system that we're going to have to solve. Now you can do it using the addition, substitution, either method would work. Don't graph it, that would take too long. And if you have a graphing calculator, at the end of this video I will show you how to solve it using the graphing calculator. Alright, I'm going to do this with the addition method. So let's get started. Now, since I'm trying to find out how many hostas she bought, I am looking for y. So I'm going to keep y, and I want to cancel x. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this one by, alright, well, if this is 2x, I want to make this negative 2x. So let's multiply by negative 2. Alright, so the first equation then becomes negative 2x, negative 2x minus 2y equals negative 168. And then the second equation, 2x plus 3y equals positive 168. Alright, once we've done that, we can add them together. The x's cancel, which was our goal. Negative 2y plus 3y is y. And negative 168 plus 168 is 0. So it looks like solving this, we get y equals 0. So the number we bought no hosta. So if we go back over to our choices, it looks like our answer is A. So there we go. Now hang on, if you want to view the graphing calculator method, I have to pull out my graphing calculator, which I can't find. Where are you? Give me 1 second if you'd like to hold on. Otherwise, we are done if you do not have a graphing calculator. I got it. It's almost out. So Give me a second. Okay, almost there. Alright. There it is. There's our graphing calculator, which made some weird lines right here. Let's cover those up. Alright then. Actually, let's go put it over here by the system. So, clear that. And what we're going to do is you're going to go to second, and then it's hard to tell, but there's a matrix button. And then what you're going to do is scroll over to edit. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to enter in the coefficients, the numbers that are in front of the variables. And it is the first number here tells us the number of equations we have, which is 2. Well, the number of rows, which is 2. And the second number tells us how many columns we have. Well, we got a column for x's, we have a column for y's, and we have a column for these numbers here. So it'd be 3. And then here, what you're going to do is you're going to put the number in front of each variable. So for the first row, we have a 1, and an 84. So 1, 1, and 84. Then for the second equation, you'll have 2, 3, and 168. Alright, then what you're going to do is you're just going to quit, go back to home, go back to second matrix again, and scroll over to math. Scroll down to this RREF. Press enter. And then we got to go grab that matrix. So go to second matrix one more time, and then it's already highlighting matrix A. So just select it. Shows up in here. Make sure you close the parentheses. Some calculators will get mad if you don't. And then press enter. Now what you'll have here is that each row will tell you what each variable is. Now remember that the first column represented our x's, the second column represented y's. So what this number here basically says is x equals 84 and y equals 0, which is what we got. Y equals 0, so there you go, right here, y equals 0. Again, remember that this is your x column, this is your y column, and then this is your answers. Alright, so that's how you would do it using the graphing method. Obviously, if you don't have a graphing calculator, ignore all of this. If you do have a graphing calculator, you probably should ignore all this unless you actually practice this. If you're not going to practice it, the first time trying it out is not on the exam. So if you'd like, you can always swing by my office and we can go over this more in detail. Okay, that is it.